So I see that, it doesn't matter. I always try to adjust it. It still doesn't seem like it's done right. All right, so it's gonna cut off the top of my head on YouTube. It's so hard to get it just right. Okay, I think we got it. So, all right, guys, I'm so excited that you're here, and I just wanted to get on here, and we're gonna start doing like a Taste Buds Tuesday. So it's Tuesday, we're gonna do a Taste Buds recipe, and I go live every Tuesday, and I always try to show you guys something different. So, so today is no different. If you saw my personal page earlier, I showed you our Taste Buds. I'm going to show you that in just a second. But before we get started, let me just say thanks for showing up. Thanks for popping on this live. I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to show you our recipes. So my name is Jennifer. Been with Pampered Chef about 25 years, a little over 25 years. And I got started because I wanted everything, and I stick around because I love the friendships, I love the food, I love the products, all of the products. They're all in these cabinets here. I love the income, and I like hanging out with you. So that's a little bit about me. I have 4 grown kids. My husband is retiring from the Air Force in the next 2 weeks, and so we have a lot of changes going on. So we're actually going to have to take a pause in the Tuesday night videos because we're going to go on a month-long trip, and so I'll take a pause for that, but that's coming up. All right, so you guys ready? Ready? If you're ready, go ahead and comment below and say I'm ready for the recipe. All right, so let me check on this really quick. Still cooking. Things take forever to boil here in Colorado. So I live in Colorado. I'm a transplant. I have not lived here forever. I just moved here a couple years ago, almost 3. Hard to believe it's been almost 3 years, but I like being here, and there's lots of things to do here, and it's so much fun. So, all right. So let me tell you. Let's see. I'm gonna tell you about our cookware first. So. This recipe is going to use our cookware. This is our stainless cookware, and our stainless cookware is actually pretty cool. It has a non-stick coating on the inside, but it's raised. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's non-stick, but it has little raised hexagons on there. So you get that non-stick surface. And so the thing about that is non-stick can be hard. I mean, stainless steel can be hard to clean, right? Non-stick is great to clean. This non-stick actually goes in the dishwasher, so it's like really great to clean. But one of the reasons you want to use stainless is because pieces of the food stick in there, and they get kind of caramelized and dark, and then you can make a sauce with it. It adds extra flavor, so that's kind of why you want to use that. So with this, we get the best of both worlds. So stainless also works on induction ovens. So if you have an induction stove, then you can use the stainless on it. So this is our wok. And it's called the stainless steel wok. Has a helper handle because once you get all the food in there, it's heavy to move around. And it has a clear lid. So you can see, please don't look too closely, it's dirty. But you can look through the lid and see what you're cooking in there. So we're gonna move this over here because we're gonna be using it over here. And now I want to show you our taste buds. So if you saw the live earlier, then you might have seen this, but if you're on YouTube, watching my Facebook feed live, and if you're on my Facebook page, you may or may not be friends with me and see that live. So, okay, so every month we get a packet of flavor. It's a flavor packet. It has 3 of our seasonings in here that you get to try out, and it has a bunch of recipes. So, this month's recipes are ramen noodle stir fry, which we're making tonight, jerk salmon, and honey hot wings. And they use, so we're using for the jerk salmon, we're using the Jamaican jerk seasoning. For the pad thai, or for the ramen noodle stir fry, we're using the pad thai seasoning, which we're using tonight. We'll set that to the side. And then for this honey hot wings recipe, can't wait to make it. We're going to use this crunchy garlic crisp recipe. This is an exclusive seasoning packet. It is not available in our regular line. The only way you can get it is if you're part of the Tastebuds subscribing group. So, and about every couple months, 2 or 3 months, they are sending out a seasoning packet that's a sample, an exclusive. So it says fresh garlic, sesame, and chili give your favorite meals and Asian-inspired flavors. So I'm super excited to try that out. Anyway, so we've got these. I'm going to put these in here so I don't lose them. And just stick them in here. So this helps me meal plan. So I am a big meal planner. I love to try new things. And so we have a big challenge at my house because my husband has a lot of allergies. If you've been here a while, you've heard me talk about it. He has a lot of allergies, and so sometimes that's kind of frustrating. And so sometimes I'll make recipes and I have to either divide it in half and basically make 2 recipes, or, but I get really bored. He would eat chicken and rice every single day and I just get really bored. So I use a meal kit subscription that kind of helps. But then I love the Tastebuds because it really helps. After having these kids at my house that I was cooking for kids for however many years, I don't know. Let's see, the youngest is 21, the oldest is 29. So for at least 30 years, I've been cooking for kids. And so to be able to do something that has flavor and has some extra stuff and not have to really think about it is so nice. You can make your recipe on the Tastebud Hub. So if you are a Tastebud subscriber, there's a special exclusive hub that has all the recipes on there, and you can even make a grocery list and everything from the recipes that are on there. So that's really nice. And also, if you're a subscriber, you never pay shipping when you order your seasonings. They come with your box every month if you add them on there. And that's a really cool feature because, if you're just getting a couple of bottles, it's nice to not have to pay shipping for that. So anyway, I love it. That's an extra feature. All right. So I must put my glasses on because this print is very small for a 52-year-old. So the first thing it says to do is cook the ramen noodles according to the package direction, which takes about 3 minutes. I've been heating up the water over here, so when it comes to a boil, we'll drop those in there and we'll cook them for 3 minutes, okay? And then the next thing we're gonna do is, while we're waiting, we're gonna go ahead and chop all of our ingredients, okay? So the first thing we need to chop is our bell pepper. So we're gonna use our coated knives. They're stainless steel and they have a silicone coating on them, which makes them non-stick. So when you're cutting a bell pepper, here's a tip for you. Just go ahead and slice down the edges and get some flat spaces here. Then you end up with the seeds not making a giant mess. We have some seeds, but not very many, not making a big mess. And I have this really great, that was weird, there's seeds like in the bottom of this bell pepper. So it's like kind of like an extra baby in there or something. Anyway, okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and slice these, okay? Because we want them in strips. So I'm gonna use one of my favorite tools. If you hang around and you watch me do live videos, you are gonna see me use the quick slice. I love it. So we just put the pepper on there, put this on, and we give it a little rock. This is probably the most used wedger that I own because I can use it to do strawberries. I can use it to do mushrooms, which we'll use it to do mushrooms in a minute. I can use it to do bell peppers like we're doing. I can use it for strawberries. I can use it for eggs. I can use it for sausages. I can use it for so many things, and I can use it for a lot at once. So as you can see, I have these all cut in perfectly little wonderful slices ready to go for the stir fry. Okay, so we'll set that to the side. The next thing we need is red onion, and we're gonna slice this red onion. So I'm actually gonna take these peppers and put them back in here. Okay, and we're gonna slice this red onion. So I didn't get all the things that I needed out. Okay, and we don't need the whole onion. We're just gonna use, it says half of it. This is a giant red onion, so I'm gonna do a little less than half. Okay. Now, this is, obviously, I'm not making this with my husband in mind because we don't do onion for him, but he's going to have something different tonight. This is going to be for my son and myself. All right, so we're going to take this, we're going to put it on the 2. This is the simple slicer, and it has 3 different levels of slicing, And actually, I'm gonna put it on the 3 because I want it a little bit thicker. I'm gonna drop this in there. It's gonna be kind of snug. I didn't even cut the end off because I don't really need to. There it is right there. That's just the top. So you can toss that. This goes in the dishwasher. Always use the food holder so you don't hurt your hands. I'm actually going to cut these into smaller pieces just because I like bite-sized pieces. So I probably should have cut these in half too, because I do like bite-sized pieces. I know that a lot of times when you go to a restaurant, you might not have a bite-sized piece. I just like to, especially if I'm doing like a stir fry, I like everything to be kind of bite-sized. So we're just gonna cut these in half. Now, if I had been smart about it, I would have cut those in half before I put it in the slicer, okay? Because that way they would just come out already cut in half. So, okay. So we've got these bite-sized soy, sauteed bell pepper, onion, and mushrooms. All right. So we're gonna stick those in there. When you're doing a stir fry, always a good idea to cut everything up ahead of time. And then this recipe calls for, I'm gonna pause while I put the ramen noodles in here. My son's probably gonna be upset, but I did break the ramen noodles into quarters. He likes the really long noodles. All right, we don't use the seasoning packets for that, so we'll just set a timer. Well, I'm just gonna keep my eye on that, set the timer for 3 minutes. So, okay, so this called for sugar peas or edamame. I didn't get any of those, didn't have them at the store, so I'm just gonna use some broccoli instead. And so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this up and put this in here as well. Like I said, just cut it into bite-sized pieces. It'll absorb this knife is really sharp. It makes quick work out of anything you have to cut up for your recipes. So you can really use any veggies that you have in your kitchen. So, you know, one of the great things about a stir fry is that it's a great way to get rid of the veggies before they go bad. So you can kind of just mix it up and do all the different recipes. Put all those florets in there. Toss the rest down there. Got the, oh, that one, it just doesn't want to be in there. I threw it all the way over there. Okay. All right, so I've got all of the veggies cut up. And so the next thing we want to do is go ahead and we're going to preheat our oil in the pan. So I'm just going to turn this on. It can withstand a high heat. So turn that on. Get those cooking. And then we're going to put some oil in here. We just need a tablespoon. I'm going to eyeball it. I did get a measuring spoon out, but I'm just going to eyeball it. Oh, I almost forgot we have to do the mushrooms. Let's do those really quick while that's heating up. So here's a tip about mushrooms. You can brush the dirt off of the mushrooms if you want to. You do not have to, okay? Because they are grown in like a sterile environment, so you can just slice them. I typically brush all the dirt off. I already did that. So I just use a little towel and brush the dirt off. Okay, like a little washcloth. You don't have to do. I don't scrub them. You don't want to rinse them because when you get them wet, they absorb all the moisture, and so you don't really want that. So I put these upside down so I can put them into slices. Okay, you can see how fast that is. This goes in the dishwasher. You can see how fast it is to cut up all these veggies. We did all this veggies in just lickety-split time. All right, this is going over here. So we're gonna saute all the veggies for 3 or 4 minutes. So we'll put those in there. I'm going to use my favorite spoon. This is like my favorite spoon for sauteing. I want to get the onions and the peppers down to the bottom of the pan because they're crispy. Okay? So we're going to let those go. So that spoon is a silicone spoon, and it's a silicone spoon, and it comes with our silicone spoons, or silicone tools, or you can get it separately. But it is, it has one when it's solid and one that has slots in it. And we have a whole bunch of other tools that go with it. But I love it because it's very sleek looking. It feels comfortable. This is kind of a grippy on the back, so it feels comfortable in my hand. It's dishwasher safe. And it's silicone right here, so it kind of is a little bit flexible. I mean, it has a wire, or it has a metal underpinning, but it's super handy for scooping, or if you have sauces, scooping sauces out of the pan. So we're just gonna let this cook. Looks like these are done. So one of the features of these pans, though, these are the Brilliance pans. So one of the features of the Brilliance pans that I love is that they have spouts on the side. So I'm just going to pour this into the sink. And then what the recipe says to do is, that's handy, is rinse this. And the reason we want to rinse it with cold water is we want the cooking process to stop. Okay, we don't want these to be mush. Put that back in. Actually, I'm going to let it drain and just set that right there. Okay, so these pans, the Brilliance pans, non-stick on the inside and the outside, they can go on an induction oven as well. So it just kind of depends on if you want the stainless pans or the Brilliance pans, if you need induction. But I love how this big pan lets you put so many veggies in it. So when I first started selling Pampered Chef, way back in 1998, I earned a wok in the cookware that we had at the time. And I was so excited about it because I earned it for free. And so I made everything in it. I made eggs in it. I made, stir fries. I made whatever. I made everything in it because I was so excited about that pan. And so all of that to tell you that whatever recipe you're making, you can make in a wok. I mean, you can cook chicken in it. It doesn't have to just be a stir fry. So it's a really big, versatile pan that holds a lot. And so that's just a really nice thing. So if you have a big family, you need to have a big pan that holds a lot. Okay, let's see what's next. So, we gotta do our water chestnuts. So while that's cooking, we'll go ahead and do that. So we're doing water chestnuts. You could do bamboo shoots or water chestnuts. I chose water chestnuts because they're crunchy and I love them. So I'm just using the smooth edge can opener to take the lid off. I'm waiting to feel a little click, a tug, there it is. Turn it backwards, it releases, and we use a little clipper right here. This is one of our most popular products. Okay, and then I'm going to use my can strainer. Now this is kind of a big can, so it doesn't go over the top of the can, but I'm going to press in there, and then you can see I'm going to press all that water out of there into the sink. Okay, and we'll add those. If you wanted to chop those up, or you wanted to make them a little smaller, I could have put those in the slicer and sliced those up a little bit. We'll give that a good toss. Let's see what's next. Okay. Meanwhile, combine the sauce and the ingredients in a small bowl, and then add the sauce to the veggies and bring to a simmer over medium heat. So we're just going to use, this is my favorite sauce mixing bowl. It's the silicone bowl. It's the medium-sized silicone bowl, 2 cups out of the silicone bowl set. So, okay, so for the sauce, we need a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, and the pad thai mixed in water. So I have water already measured out, so we'll put that right there. We need a 1/4 cup of the soy sauce. So we'll pour that in here, and I'm using a low sodium soy sauce. Normally, if this was going to be for my hubby, then we would use coconut aminos. They are coconut aminos are a lot sweeter. Okay, we need some more oil. So I'm gonna measure. Okay, this is the smallest of the Easy Read measure cups, and it's a 1/4 cup one, so it's perfect for all those things. And we need 2 tablespoons of the pad thai mix. So I'm just gonna open this up. I love that I'm gonna be able to use this mixture later. If you're like me, you have 2 sets of the seasoning, or of the measuring spoons. Okay, so we need 2 tablespoons of that. And then I am just going to clip this together with the Twix-It clip. You guys know what a Twix-It clip is? A little clippy, holds things together, bags together. And pad thai mix, water, sesame oil, soy sauce. Okay, and we're gonna mix that together. We'll just use a little mini whipper. This is such a fun little guy. Perfect for mixing up sauces, whisking your eggs. Dishwasher safe. We carried it for years and years and years, and I never had it. So funny. It was probably the only product I didn't have. And then we took it out of the line, we brought it back. Okay, so you're gonna see why I love the silicone bowls. Okay? Because it squeezes, and then I can pour it all over. They're dishwasher safe, they're microwave safe. So that means I could put this in the microwave and melt some chocolate. How delicious is that? Okay, so we're just tossing this together. Getting everything nice and coated with that yummy pad thai sauce mix. I've had pad thai sauce from other companies, and I think ours tastes the best. Might be biased, but the other day I made some from another company, and I ended up adding ours in the mix because I just didn't think it had the same flavor, a good flavor. All right, so we're gonna add our noodles, and we're gonna toss to combine, and then we're gonna top with some green, or put in our bowl and top with some green onions. So I'm going to cut the green onions up. Now I'm gonna switch my, I'm gonna switch to these. So these are the pasta tongs. So I love our chef's tongs, one of my favorite tools. I love them because when they're up, when the tongs part is up, then they're up and they lock closed. But if you want to open them, you just use one hand and you squeeze when the tongs are down and they don't get locked. But if you want to lock them, do it that way. So we'll just use this to pop toss. I like that this only uses 2 packages of the ramen noodles. We don't need all that ramen noodles. You could add meat to this. If you were going to add meat to this recipe, then you would just start out by cooking. You would just start out by cooking the meat first and then set it to the side. You could use the insulated bowls to keep it warm, or put it in a covered dish or whatever. All right, this is good. Look at this, you guys. Look at how amazing that is. It's so yummy. All right, so let me plate it so you guys can see what it looks like. Fresh veggies for dinner. Yum. We're going to put a little bit of, oops, I broke that, things on there. And oh, I was going to cut up a green onion. Let me go ahead and grab a green onion. It wasn't in the overt recipe, so I didn't have it ready. All right, so we'll go ahead and cut this really quick. Pull this end off there. I'll have to show you guys how to do this really quickly. Cut really quickly. It's actually a skill. You can take a knife skills class. Make quick work out of cutting. You should always look at what you're doing. Okay, and then we'll just sprinkle those on the top. Voila, beautiful dinner is ready. And look at that, guys. Like, it's 25 after, and I did a little talking before we ever got started. This recipe was so fast and such a great dinner recipe for you. So if you are looking for easy ideas, make sure you grab your Tastebuds subscription this month, 25% off. You can get a 1 month, a 3 month, or a 6 month subscription. You will not regret it. I promise you will not regret it. Worst case, you might end up with a little stash of seasonings. I have some back here. A little stash of seasonings that you haven't quite used. So I need to use these with the recipes. So we had a busy month and I ended up not cooking a whole lot. So but anyway, so you will end up with lots of little packets, and if you have a seasoning you love and we carry it in our line, you can get it in your next box. No shipping. So great reason to subscribe. All right, guys, if you like this video and you want some more tips, make sure you subscribe. If you're on YouTube, make sure you follow me. If you're on Facebook, make sure you share this video with friends, and come back every Tuesday. Join me live. We go on live every Tuesday till the middle of May when we go on our trip. All right, talk to you soon. Have a great night.